Woo, we're back. It's another day. The next day. Anyway, so it'll seem if you like look at the video, it'll seem out of order, but like if you're just listening to us, then you won't tell that it's a different day. But it is indeed a different day. The next day. But anyway, so Law and Order. It's 23A, which is called Facade. So at the beginning, there is this young woman, she's walking in the subway, and she's a dancer. I think she's particularly a ballerina, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I think she was a ballerina. But she's nervous and these like people are catcalling her, and then
Because
she's like,
some men suck.
yeah, yeah. And then a guy falls on her, and this guy is dead. His name is Ellis Joyner. He's 24, and he was a stand-up comic. And it's important that you realize this guy as a young black guy as well. It's important to the episode
But
that
also, yeah, we'll get to that. But also the when she first got on the subway, um, first off, she was alone.
mm,
Second, there was four other guys in the train cart,
that
and
looks
they started,
suspicious.
you know, catcalling her, and they're all trying to like, be they could that you could tell that like they were thinking devious things, so she ran straight to the other train car. But then that's when she saw the guy and was like breathing funny, and he fell on her and she screamed, and that was basically it.
Hmm. And then it kind of just, does its normal like, and next scene. So
Next thing you know, they're talking and, always have a line at the end. Riley says, New York, great place to live, not a great place to die.
yep. Then I think they go to the Emmys off the Emmys. I think but this has been us been like the detail. And the Emmy says that like Ellis was killed, I think choked to death in a sleeper hold. We
Which is
actually was
like,
having, which is arm if you can't see us, then we'll have to describe it with words. When the arm is around the neck.
the other person. Like, it's hard to do
Yeah,
when it's like we're just by ourselves, but like
yeah.
basically my
I'm
arm
gonna
that
have to
is in
do this
my neck
too.
right now is the other person's.
I'm
And
gonna
they're
have to
holding
do it to you.
like your head up. And yeah,
Yeah. He actually was having an asthma attack.
that's
As
why he was heavily breathing. Not because he,
he was
was being
intoxicated or
weird.
anything like that. Hmm. Yeah. So then they find this other guy. His name is Malcolm Page. He's another comedian, and he
And
talks
he
about.
was, arguing with Joyner prior.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, Gav's making fun of me in his set, but I had nothing to do with it. I saw him talking to another guy
Mhm.
who we find out was his boyfriend.
Mhm.
And, you know, Michael is out, but Ellis was not. And Ellis wanted Michael to be able, I mean, Michael wanted Ellis to be able to come out and live his life freely as, he should be able to. But
Yeah. But that's kind of what happened, and then they
they
like they go back
footage
to the.
from the subway, and they find a killer. The killer had on a hoodie from a local MMA gym.
Yeah, it is mixed martial arts. If you didn't know. Um.
All right,
So
you keep going. I will be right back.
then they start chasing somebody down like they always do. That's part of every episode. And then
But
they
in
find
order
out.
to make it different, they did a slow chase.
It wasn't very fast at all, but it was a chase nonetheless. So then they find the the symbol on the jacket is a white nationalist symbol that's on the jacket, and that's the problem. So then they're chasing the guy, and he throws Riley against the taxi and tries to punch Shaw, but Shaw punches him back, and they arrest him. So they and they have arrested the suspect. And then they find out this guy has Ellis's cell phone, which is really, really weird to have somebody's cell phone. It doesn't make a lot of sense to have someone's cell phone. So like they kind of talk to him, and he's kind of talking. The guy is like, "Well, why was he recording?" Or something about like, "Why did he have his phone out?" And Shaw says, you don't what you don't understand about Black people is we record because we can never be too careful because it's the unfortunate reality that we live in that you have to record your encounters with the police to protect yourself and so that there is an accurate recording of what happened with the police so that they can't claim that they didn't do something that they did or like they claim you did something you didn't do for safety reasons, which is the unfortunate way of the world. Um, so then they go to the DA's office, and I don't remember what Sam says, but we noted that she was kind of sassy today, and we liked it. Um, so then they I think they have to subpoena Rebecca Lasky, the girl who is at the beginning of the episode. They have to talk to her about what happened. So then she says that Ellis lunged at her and had something in his pocket, which we know was his phone, but they don't know that it was his phone. So the guy had to protect her. So then they talk to this. So then they kind of talk with the defense attorneys, and no one wants this guy to. I think his name is Dom. To no, that's the other. I'm sorry, jumping ahead. There's a lot of plot twists in this episode. They take this guy to make a plea deal. He doesn't want to take a plea deal, and this guy says he was dirty, and no one says, "Did you actually see a knife?" Because he just assumed there was a knife, but there wasn't one. It was Ellis's cell phone. Um, and no one is really, really upset. And when he talks about he says, mm, ooh, we're at trial already. This episode went kind of fast, or maybe I don't remember all the details. So then, shoot, that's the testimony. Yeah. So the guy's on the stand, and he said, "What you saw," because no one's really upset. He said, "So what you saw was a scary black man, not anything else." And he talks about how they heard the guy say a I don't know if we're allowed to say that. So um it is a neo-Nazi salute that they he heard the guy say. Well, at first it was misunderstood what he was actually saying, but they concluded that what he was saying was this phrase. Um and then they need to get another witness. So then they try to talk to the guy who's the owner of the gym, which they caught earlier. But they found out that he is a undercover cop that is investigating this gym because this gym is a cover for a white supremacist group that's planning an attack. They don't specify what this attack is, but they are indeed planning one. Um, but then they put the guy on. They put the gym. They end up getting the undercover cop on the stand anyway.
No, they don't.
They don't. Oh, I guess we. Oh, they can't put him on the stand.
That's where we get to the
Yeah.
problem
Yeah,
that
they can't put this guy on the stand because he's undercover
came
cop.
back. That's the problem. No one wants to put him on the stand.
Hmm.
And Baxter tries to go to get it to happen, and the FBI is like, yeah, no,
No,
we need him to figure out what's happening, so you
yeah,
can't
they
use him.
said no, they don't have that. But they do. They put the other guy on the stand. I don't remember if we have his name, but I don't see it on here.
Okay,
But
what did you get to did you say that did you already do the girl on the stand?
yes,
in the,
I did that part. Um,
like he
first
was
off,
dirty. Nolan said something about the guy being dirty, or she said something about the guy being dirty, and Nolan was like,
did you
yes.
actually see it? Exactly. And then
All right,
it's also
so then put the gym owner on stand because they can't put the UC guy up,
mhm,
and um, he's been charged with hate crimes and assault. Has
yep,
neo-Nazi tattoo. And
yep,
Nolan called him as hostile because the Jews refusing to answer.
yep.
And basically, Nolan's like, "Did you teach the defendant how to hate black people?" And he's like, "No." And I don't remember what the closing argument he gave was, but it was really good.
Mhm.
And then we get to the verdict. And for the
Oh no,
second,
he part of it was like part
the
of it was
mask,
like people some people are not as some people are they're good at pretending not to be racist until they're confronted with it. And no one says like the mask slips. I think that's what his closing argument was that like some people are really good at pretending not to be racist until the opportunity comes for them to the opportunity arises for them to do something that is racist.
yes. So then we get the verdict, and usually I don't react much to the verdicts because, you know, this is the first time I audibly screamed no at my TV. Because for a second week in a row, we have a verdict that, you know,
Not great.
sucks.
Yeah. No
Not a good one.
justice.
No justice. Boo. Boo.
Too. Written on the board. If I guess I have to explain what's happening because you can't see it if you're not on Spotify. So it's a Kyle is holding a whiteboard that says boo on it. So yeah.
This is my talking board when my
Yeah.
my throat gets too much.
Yeah. I'll read yeah, I'll have to read the talking board for you in case people can't see it.
So
Um
if I stop talking and start writing, that's why.
yeah. So
Because I'm okay.
then
Anyway, yeah. So a few things about this. One, the guy's found not guilty, even though he freaking killed somebody because it was
little
considered helping the other girl, even though she was in no
she wasn't
danger from
she
that
was not in
man
danger.
whatsoever. This guy did nothing wrong, and he killed him and got away with it for whatever freaking reason. I need to know what was going through that jury's head because
The jury was all white people also. If you
it
didn't pay
was.
attention. If you didn't notice it, all the jury was all white people.
Oh, good Lord. They probably did that on purpose, like to
Yeah.
show
It was
like
part of the part of the idea of the episode, yeah. But the jury
and
was all
another thing. One, A. Well, also, yeah, this sucks. But unfortunately, it happens. But it sucks because you would hope maybe, maybe,
that
maybe
justice
no.
would be
But
served.
now, unless, you know,
Justice was
new
not
charges
served.
are filed or anything, the death of a queer black man is only going to be seen as he was bad, so he needed to die. And
Mm-hmm.
the white man is the hero once again.
He's very
When
much a racist.
in
There's
reality, he's
no denying
racist.
this man is a racist.
This man is a racist, and he teaches children, which isn't good.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
forgot that part.
yeah, I forgot about it for a minute too, and I was like, "Holy shit, he's a teacher." Um, and that hurts me because I am a teacher, and we don't need those people in our school because unfortunately, children are impressionable, and
Yep.
hatred is hot.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
yeah, legit. Imagine him going to school the next day and
And
him
this
being
thing all
freaking
over the
hailed as
news.
a hero. by his students when he killed a black man.
Yeah, it really isn't wrong. It would be-
The Alice Joyner did nothing wrong. And this
Mhm.
man, whose name I do not remember and do not
Yeah,
care enough to
literally
remember,
don't forgot to write down. I feel like you were. I don't
do
know
not
what was
care
happening
to
that day.
remember, should be in jail, but is not. And here's the other thing I noticed. The first two verdicts we've gotten ever since McCoy left have not been good.
You know,
I'm trying to like you, Baxter, but so far, no.
nothing's going good.
And so Nolan is shocked. Sam is shocked. He's angry. Everybody on the white guest side is cheering and happy. And then there's me and Terryn at home, like, what
Mm.
the fuck? Um, he's found not guilty as he shouldn't have been. And most of the time, I'm like, I can move on. But I was pissed. Still pissed.
One's a hard one to go out.
It's a hard one, especially because you see Nolan
I
and
think it's back
Baxter
there.
having a conversation. We're about to start talking down below the courthouse steps, and they turn around and they see the guy who, again, we totally forgot to write his name. Did we ever write it down?
His last name is Arlo. I think I saw it somewhere. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, so they see
Arne.
Arnold walking over with white supremacy buddies, laughing and shaking
Yeah,
hands. Like 30
like
seconds
that.
ago, you were scared shitless, thinking you were about to go to
Yeah,
prison, and now
yeah,
you got away with it. So you're gonna joke and laugh
yeah,
around, and basically, this man is dead, and you're all laughing.
yeah. It's wild. And now they got to deal with this situation. Wherever they bring it back, they bring it back around.
They should,
They
because
should bring it back around because
they need to,
this
because
group
I
did.
need all these men in prison.
Yeah, they
They're
had
trying.
planned an attack. They didn't really specify what it was, as if they wanted to reuse the plot line. But we maybe they'll revisit it at some
Can't
point.
tell me Arno isn't gonna try to do something like this again and think, oh,
Exactly.
well, I got away with it the first time. I'll get
Hmm.
away with it again. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, Nolan and Baxter are talking. Baxter's realizing, yeah, that maybe this wasn't a good thing. And Nolan's like, oh, well, no, we could have. He's like, oh, you did. Baxter's like, you did the best you could. And Nolan's like, no, we could have done better, but all for the greater good. Basically, if you let me put that UC cop on the stand, this guy be in prison.
Exactly. But he didn't.
And my mom's like, oh, they should bring this back. And I absolutely agree that we need a part two where, these
Really.
guys actually get consequences they would rightfully deserve.
Hmm.
And maybe Alice will get some sort of justice. But as of now, everything sucks.
Hmm.
But other than that, I give this episode 4.5 stars. I think
Yeah.
it's been a better
It's a
one.
really good episode. Though it doesn't have the
It
verdict
doesn't
because it has it doesn't have the
exactly
verdict
like
you want, but
if it was the verdict that we wanted, it would have gotten 5. But it gets the 4.5 because the verdict sucked.
yeah, but it makes the point it was trying to, which
Yeah,
was
it made the point of coming across, and it's definitely, more of a realistic situation. But sometimes I don't want reality. I want justice.
unfortunately we do not live in a world of justice.
No.
Well, justice for some people, not for everyone. We don't have
Also,
justice for
um,
all.
there have been times like, in the past where I was uh, like, especially with conversations, like, also, um, I don't know what's happened in the span of like 2, 3 episodes for Nolan to have grown, but he did because
Yeah, we had some
uh
questionable moments, a couple of
yeah, a couple moments, oh my God, a couple episodes ago he subpoenaed Shaw to get him to testify against the black man who
Yeah.
shot the doctor who basically let his wife die.
Yeah.
And now you got Nolan defending, like, visibly angry that a white guy got away with killing a black guy. So
Hmm.
I don't know what happened in the span of that time for him to learn what he did was wrong, but cool. Keep doing that because
Hmm.
I like you
Always
better.
be willing to grow and
Yes, exactly. I like you better when you're angry for the right reasons. Okay.
change.
What the hell happens next time? Because I don't even
Okay,
remember.
so it's called Family Ties. Because when a congressman's aide is found dead after testifying in a corruption case, Shaw and Riley discover the suspect may be someone close to home. As Price solidifies his case against the defendant, Baxter proposes they go after an accomplice as well. And watch it. There's something important about it that I forgot to talk
Oh,
about.
great.
But one of the witnesses is, but the witness, the not the witness, the hold on, let me listen here. The woman who did the crime is she's been in America 25 years as a Ukrainian refugee, and they have the problem of which, do they send her back?
No,
And no one and Sam are kind of like arguing about it.
I feel like Sam's gonna be like, no, because over there right now
It's not,
sucks.
yeah, there's literally war. You can
Like, and that's gonna be personal for Sam and
Yeah,
Odelia because of what's going on in Israel and everything too. And everything that's going on in Ukraine isn't good either. So
yeah, it's
yeah,
not the best on this. So basically, they're trying to figure out what do they
do we
do about
send her back? Yes or no? My opinion right now, no.
it
We'll see
because
how it.
you could be extradited to your if you don't have um, legal immigration, you could be extradited back to your country if you committed a crime. I believe that is correct. Anyway, SVU, which is a good one. I like this. So SVU is third man syndrome.
It was, oh
I
boy, it
like
was a lot.
this.
It
It
was
was a
good.
lot, but I do like this one. It's different than the other episodes have been. So it starts off with these guys, their cousins, and they just got off work at their construction job, and they were drinking. They're walking down the streets of New York. Um,
And
so
then I
then
got
they're
my.
kind of, oh yeah, the
I told you
bracelets.
I would get it.
Yeah, we'll do a full. I think we're gonna make a full video. I want to make a video sometime next week where we like um review all the products when we get all the products. We don't have them all yet. We only have the bracelets. So
Yeah, I told
we
you to get
will,
it. We're doing it.
yeah.
Okay.
So we will review a product review at some point because I think that would be fun to do a product review video. Anyway, so these guys are walking and they're drinking, and like one of the cousins like gets him a sparkly sweatshirt that's about New York City. And this is a
As a
very
joke,
important
as a joke.
as a joke. They were drinking, it was a joke. So but it's very important to the story that they have this
Keep
sparkly
that, yeah,
shirt.
keep that in mind. So we get to their let's see. And they're talking about this thing in New York that they call Sundress Day. And the cousin is like, "What's that?" He's like, "First day in spring in New York where all the women start wearing sundresses." And it's
I'm
like a
listening.
small detail, but like keep that in mind. Like they're talking about women.
Yeah,
Just just just
yeah.
just keep that in mind.
Here's
And
that.
then they
They're kind of
stop at
holding
this
on
like
to
bar.
each other, but they have been drinking, so that's why they're like holding on to each other, sort of.
They stop by this bar and they see like it's like a place where they're singing show tunes. So I'm like, ooh, my kind of place. But
Mm.
and then they see
It's a
uh,
LGBT bar.
this person who um
They
how
like
do I
it's
describe
important. It's an LGBT bar, and it's hard to tell if it's either a drag queen or a trans woman. We can't. They don't really care to
I
tell us.
think I think the person was possibly male presenting, but like dressed more feminine.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. You can't anyway. It's yeah, you can't tell, and they don't take time
So
to explain it to
anyway, the important point is,
But the point is that this person that they look at this person who is performing. They don't
yeah,
really.
and they kind of like figure it out, and then that person waves at the cousin,
Yeah. Hmm.
and then the older cousin's like joking around, like, "Hey, I think they like you." It's like, he didn't see
Hmm.
anything wrong. He waves back. They move along. They're walking down the streets. Uh, they're hanging on to each other because they're now drunk, and all of a sudden these cars start, um, you know,
Hmm.
zoom down the street out of nowhere with all their lights on and jump out. And basically, the guy like starts like shouting all these homophobic things at
Yeah.
these cousins, and they're like really confused because they're like, we're not. Well, first off, they're like, why are you saying that? We're not doing anything wrong. Second, we're
Hmm.
not. So the guy was not having any of it. And the main
Hmm.
guy took out hold on, before I keep going, trigger warning.
Yeah.
Uh,
Trigger warning. There's a lot of homophobia. A lot of
skip
it.
ahead. I'm gonna tell right now, skip ahead if you don't want to hear the details.
Yeah. But it's very graphic. Very
But yeah,
intense.
been a while since we had graphic thing from the show, but yeah, this is graphic.
Yeah, for
So,
5 minutes.
okay, main guy takes out a baseball bat. Actually, no. First, they start like kicking the younger, hitting the
They can
younger,
start getting. Yeah.
like physically, and then the older cousin like trying to stop it, and then he can't. So when the guy pulls out the baseball bat, like
Mhm.
he runs away,
Yeah.
and uh,
Trying to think of
it's
how to
bad.
put it.
The
It's
guy like
pretty. They
pulls out the
assault
bat.
him with the baseball bat. I think that is
The
the overall consensus.
the last thing we see is the guy laying on the ground, basically within an inch of his life,
Yeah.
almost.
He's been hit in
Uh,
the head. He's been hit in the
bleeding. And
whatever.
then the guy takes the black bat and slams it down hard, very hard, like
Hmm.
shit.
Yeah, it's
Um,
bad.
and in the span of that time, there's a woman who saw this whole thing from her window. She's trying to get them to stop, but
Yeah.
they're not
She doesn't
listening.
really know how she, but they're not listening, obviously. But it's very important that you remember this woman in the window. It's a detail for
Yes.
later.
So yeah, then that happens. And
Hmm.
SV is brought in, and
Yeah.
it is a
And
hate
basically,
crime.
they described it like it is a hate crime because they thought these guys, they
Yeah,
never
like
said
they
they
go
were.
to talk to the cousins and they're like, we're not, they go to talk to the cousin who was attacked and he's like, I'm not gay.
Yeah. They thought
I
he
know I
was.
had the sequin shirt on, but like my cousin got that for me, like a New York souvenir. I'm not gay.
Yeah.
But the reason it's a hate crime because is,
They thought he
they
was.
was not gay. They thought he was gay. And
And
that is
that's
why
why they attacked, which is
because they thought he was gay. Does not matter if he wasn't or not. They thought he was. Therefore, they saw what they thought was a gay man and wanted to attack him.
yeah.
Problem is, um, yeah, it not good because the really bad slam caused the kid. First off, we're gonna say this is the guy's first time in New York, and this
Yeah.
happens.
That'd be really good. You know, you
It
finally come
caused
to a big city and you look a little
the kid to they had to remove one of his male parts.
bit. Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
his name. Well, they say their name. His name is Javier.
oh yeah.
Okay.
They had to remove one of Javier's male parts. All right, picking up from all the graphic details, we're
Yeah, I mean
back.
that's all. I think we covered them all.
This is where you can skip to if you don't want to hear any
Yeah.
of them. Um, Wait, hold on. When they said that he was assaulted, was he was it the bat or was it just the bat or was it something else too? I didn't get that.
I'm
I don't
not
even
sure
know
if
if
it
it's,
might have just been the back, but I can't
I know
remember
they found
either.
him with his pants down.
Yeah, they
I don't
said
know
that
if it was
detail. They didn't
bat
specify if it was like did they. I don't know if
or
they didn't specify, but his Indeed had put it on. So they implied they didn't like put it out there, but they implied. I mean, that's why he was involved.
and, um
So
Javier, like they showed it like before, at the
mhm.
end of the little like opening scene, Javier was like seeing this like man in like all dressed in white, like almost like an angel.
Yeah,
Um,
and he says this guy stayed with Javier.
yeah. And it's like he's describing the guy from the person from the bar.
Hmm.
And but eyewitnesses are like,
That person
Javier, there
wasn't
was
there.
nobody with you, you were alone.
Yeah,
Um, so we find out the cousin's name's Mateo, and then they need to Garcia, and they're like trying to find him because they can't. And so they go
yeah,
back to the
hero.
bureau, telling Carisi all the details about and they mention the bar, and he's like, show tunes? Shouldn't be that hard to find.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, why are you laughing about this?
that
You
is-
this is where like I wonder if like when they're writing episodes, why they don't go back to look at stuff later from
yeah,
prior
probably not.
seasons because there was a scene where like Carisi was talking about going to see a Broadway show. Totally fine with it. Always laughing about show tunes. Make up your minds.
Yeah, they don't. Oh, SB was always more consistent in their storytelling,
Yeah, it's
their
funny that
character,
well, like this attack happened late at night, and it's like, well,
like the radio.
nobody else saw it that they're aware of at the time. And they're like, well, so much for the city that never sleeps.
Yeah, and no one saw
Um,
anything. Like,
and we find out that Sykes also calls Bruno Moneybags because apparently that's his nickname now.
just it's decided because all this money.
Everybody's calling it that's his nickname. Um,
So then they get
and then
a
this, like
call.
a head dude come in. His name is
Their
Harris.
interim chief
I
is
don't remember what his title is, but
maybe he's their interim chief. They don't have a chief at the moment.
so he's doing a press conference and he's like specifically it's like Olivia Benson in the SU department gonna make sure this is found. And Olivia's like, great. That means
Correct.
I have to do it, or I'm to blame for a whole lot of shit.
We can't go through this again. We can't do that no more. Mm.
They went to the
So
construction
then,
site with Mateo. Mateo
yeah,
was nervous
Sykes
because
and Bruno go do this.
they were nervous because he's undocumented. Um, he we found out that there was three guys,
Hmm.
and they showed this in the opening too, and I forgot to mention it. That one guy was trying to get the other
Him
two
to
to
stop. He's like, "Hey, you gotta stop," but they don't listen.
like basically like the slurs and the punches were enough. When the bat came out, he's like,
He's like, "Whoa,
no, no, that's enough. You don't need to do this. Stop.
but they don't listen."
Um,
Like they can't find any witnesses.
until they find
There's a
a
homeless
homeless
guy. Pretty
guy
sure he's a
who
homeless
saw
guy.
it, and then also
He talks
said that there
about there
was a
was this lady looking through her window.
woman who saw it and she was crying. And after they get all the information from him, they walk away, and Olivia goes, "God bless." And I'm like, um, first off, I like hearing Olivia saying that. like shows that she's got like, a deeper thing going on. It also shows her heart.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are people who are joking around on Twitter that's like, that's a Mariska thing. Because then they showed like a clip of her saying
There's a
it.
clip of her from the
Yeah.
party, not the party, the celebration thing.
But I am fully okay if Olivia says it too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we find out the woman's name is who was at the window. Her name is
Yeah,
Anne Holmes.
yeah.
And so Olivia and Finn go to talk to her.
She's a
And
lot
she's
of
like,
boxes stacked outside of her house. Actually, was the first thing I noticed. Like, she got a lot of boxes out there.
I'm not coming out to talk to you. And then Olivia's like, okay, can we come in? And she's like, no, only you.
And so she only lets Olivia in.
And Olivia sees there's a lot of lit candles and then turns and there's this gorgeous wall of flowers
I have a pic. I think I took a screenshot from Twitter.
because it's that yeah, it was like we took pictures because it's that pretty.
I
Um, we couldn't
Twitter.
figure out if it was like a mural or her actual flowers, but it was that pretty.
Mm, where is it? Um, I have a picture of it. I know I have a picture of it because I took one. It's not started that way. Oh, here it is. Eh, the like,
Like it was just like stunning.
it's so stunning. Like, whoever they had the set design to make this, like,
Please
it's
do more
stunning.
things. You'd come back.
It almost looks 3D. Like if you like are watching it on your TV, you could like the flowers, like they're like jumping off the wall if you like look at it. There's butterflies and flowers and
Yeah,
like fairy
Olivia's like this.
lights.
It's like
And
yeah,
she's
had like her
painted the
breath
door.
away.
And Anna's painted the door so like it looks like it's like you walk into clouds.
It's
If you
so
like
cool.
didn't notice. It's so cool. Like go look at the picture or go watch the episode actually, you know? That's what you should do. But anyway, it's
So
stunning.
Olivia,
It's so stunning.
go watch it so you can actually see it because seeing it through our screens is not giving it justice.
Just give it justice. It's stunning.
So Olivia talks to Anne and finds out that Anne witnessed the attack. And gets all the details from her. Then she goes back to the precinct and tells Carisi this, and then she's like,
So the next part, we're back. It's the next part. Oh, they talked. Olivia talks to Carisi about how Anne has agoraphobia. If you do not know what agoraphobia is, it is the fear of like we get it accurate. Make sure we get it. Usually it's
I was gonna be like,
fear
I think I know what it is, but I don't know.
fear of leaving your house. But let me make sure or make sure I have it correct before I say it's just fear of leaving your house. Not it. Um, Agoraphobia, anxiety disorder involving fear of places and situations that might cause panic, helplessness, or embarrassment, or the extreme and irrational fear of entering open or crowded places, or of leaving one's home, or of being in places where escape is difficult.
Yeah, both make sense because there's a lot of things where she's like, the world is
It's a little
horrible.
scary out
Like,
there. I don't
why would
want
I
it.
want to go out into that world? Which, fair enough, because it's the world sucks. Um, so Olivia is basically like, yeah, she saw everything
But she won't
and
come out.
but she won't leave her house. Tracy's like, oh.
Well,
Now here's my thing. They've had people testify through video
yeah, they
before.
really could have done that. That's why I don't know what the problem was. But anyway, for
I
the
was like,
drama,
I
I
don't,
guess.
know why
For
this
the
is an
drama,
issue. Like,
for the drama, I guess that wouldn't have been as interesting if just let her do it. That would
yeah.
have been. They were like, for the drama, she needs to be.
And then because I was like, can she shoot in her apartment? Like they've done videos before. Hell, they've had
It was
people
for the
testify.
drama.
They've had people testify and get sworn in by a judge in a hospital. So,
Yeah, they could have, but they did. So,
um, them. What's I gonna say? Oh, they mentioned um. We find out the names of the two main guys, Zach Swan and Mo Franks. Both are repeat defenders and have done shit before, but nothing as, as extreme as this. And Olivia's like telling Carisi how Javier thinks he saw an angel, and but there's nobody there. And Carisi mentions something called third man syndrome, which is where the title of the episode comes from.
It says it refers to reported situations where an unseen presence, such as a spirit, provides comfort and support during a traumatic experience.
So basically, in layman's terms, like he was like almost imagining somebody was there for comfort, so he wouldn't be alone in this moment, if he died.
In the moment that he died. So this person was not there. Well, so far, it could have been an angel, but I don't believe in angels. But it's TV show, so who knows?
So then they get the identity of the third man, who is Jordan or Joey Ramirez, and they immediately go to his house, and the mom is like,
"What did you get into this time?" You're like, "Oh,
what do you do now?"
Damn, bro, what are you up to?
It's like, geez, the mom knows. That's never good.
Your mom knows you're in trouble. Like, what do you do this time?
And then, she calls him over, and he sees the cops, and he's like, "I wasn't a part of it, Mom." It's like, okay, well, that's one way to,
Go. You really
and the mom is basically like, "I don't care if you weren't a part of it or not. Tell him what you know."
And then the police are here and they want to talk. He said, "Oh."
So
they arrest
Zach and Mo, and the cousins are getting supported by the LGBTQ plus community, because even though they're not part of the community, they were thought they were. So
yeah, and that's what.
Which honestly I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a whole like group of people outside of the courthouse. It's a pretty cool shot.
Signs and everything, like basically let us live happily and everything.
Yeah,
and it's like, yeah, like the LGBTQ plus community is like can be like the most like comforting, energetic, happy community. Or mess with us and mess with one of us, you mess with all of us type thing, which is awesome.
Very cool. It's very cool.
Because they've faced this so many times and they shouldn't have to, but basically that's where they're at their point where they're like, you're not gonna mess with us anymore.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, things get worse.
Yeah.
And we find out that due to the damages, Javier can never have children. And I'm like, great. As if my heart was already hurting enough. This poor child.
And then like they kind of have this scene of like the back and forth of like one of the squad is with Zach and one part of the group is with Mo.
And basically Mo was like, oh, it was all Zach. And Zach and the other guys, like, he tried to argue as self-defense.
Like, bro, there was no self-defense. You got out of your car.
And then this kind of came out of like nowhere, but I think it was really awesome because
it's a justified anger.
Justified. We've never seen Bruno this angry before. And it kind of almost like, first off,
a little frightening, but just a little.
It was scary. Like, him angry is scary.
Damn,
it's also like really powerful because it shows like
how controlled anger.
Controlled anger.
Because
controlled.
Yeah, it's not like a lot of people have, for some reason on the internet, they have compared this to Stabler, which is not the same thing, because Stabler actually punches people, and so which is a no. Bruno just gets in this guy's face. He doesn't actually do anything else.
Bruno only threatened to do it.
He got in his face. It was like they don't.
Yeah, but it also shows how much Bruno actually does care about like the little man, even though he's got all this money and
very
shit.
Wealthy.
Like,
millionaire. He's like, yeah, I come to work. He comes to work because he wants to. He literally does it because he cares.
Like I already like Bruno, but that like added
I do
it
enjoy
more
Bruno
to
a
me
lot.
because
He's a pretty
it like came out of nowhere, but it's like, damn, he cares.
hmm
Um,
So then they have Mateo. They do the lineup the next part.
and you could see like, with
He's a bit afraid, or
the
is
camera shot
afraid.
and everything, he's afraid, but you can like see he knows exactly who these guys
Who?
are.
Yeah, he saw their
Exactly.
face. He doesn't. He says he doesn't. No.
And he doesn't identify either of them.
hmm
And so they're like, great. Well, so then they bring Javier in, and then they're like, oh, maybe everything will be fine. It's Javier. He
Yeah,
knows. He's this
because they don't want to go to trial or they don't want to get deported. I think it's part of it.
because it was like I wrote in the doc, I was like, what is going on? Like, why are they like getting this wrong? Like, they know exactly who it is. And then Terrence like, they're probably worried about getting deported. And I was like, oh yeah. So like, there's a and for like the last guy, the guy with the bat, because I don't remember who had the bat, but the one with
The
the
mayor,
bat, um, Javier, like he almost said Zach,
you think
almost.
he
Like
doesn't?
there's a second where he's about to say it, and they show Zach in the room, but then he couldn't do it. And it's like they know in their hearts they know exactly who did it. It's just there's so many out
Yeah.
there things that come into play that they're like they couldn't. Who says the cost of being a boss? I forget. And where did that come from?
I forgot. I don't remember.
Probably
It's
Liv.
something about it's something about Olivia or something like that. And she's like, "Well, what do I do? I gotta figure this out."
Um,
So then she goes back
so
to
the homeless guy isn't testifying either, so they're only
they don't have anybody but Anne, and Anne doesn't want to leave her house.
yeah.
So
So Olivia's like, we need your help. And Anna's like, um, I haven't left my house in 5 years. Which, begs the question of how do you survive?
obviously her
Also, how do you
deliveries
get
because she
money?
has luck. She has enough deliveries where apparently I guess she's getting groceries delivered.
How do you have a job and money?
I mean, you can work from home. I guess that's
That's
probably what
no.
she does. She could work from home and get groceries delivered. I guess she's like don't have to leave.
But at one point, Olivia's like talking, and Anna's like, "Are they going to get
Get
away
away
with
with
this?"
it. She's like, Olivia's like, I don't know,
And Olivia's
maybe.
like,
She doesn't guilt trip
"They,
her into
they,
it. She's a very care. Olivia care, walks a very thin line of not guilt tripping Anna to doing
yeah."
it.
But she's like, they might." And Olivia, and then Anna's like, "Okay, I will come identify them on a few conditions." So they empty out the entire precinct.
Yeah, except for the few people who
It's
have to be there, but nobody's in there. Pretty
yeah, basically, and the rooms are all, and it's dark, empty. Olivia brings her into her office, and she even has like candles lit for her, like in her house.
much.
And she has a challenge coin.
Forgot to look that up. Hold on. I'll do it while you're talking.
We didn't know what it was, so we're gonna go find that because we don't know what it is.
I forgot to spell. That would be great. I can't. Mm, oh, they're basically it's like a commemorative thing of an actions of a person, like an award.
Cool.
So it's
All right,
probably
so
like
yeah, that um,
Olivia's is probably like a police, like probably like something related to being an officer, probably. But they don't really show.
yeah.
Anyway.
And so this is happening, and like she's walking up to the window to identify them, And
Hmm.
she's like, she's like explaining that, the only ones are here are me. Creasy has to be here. And she's like, they can't see you. And she's like, they can't see me. And Olivia's like, no, it's like a two-way window, so you can see them, but they can see you. And I was legit like
Yeah,
shaking
we thought it could go really badly at this point, but
because we're like, this is the last hope. Like if she says it's wrong, like this is basically done.
hmm
She, without batting an eyelash, identifies them immediately and then goes, that's too bad. I want him to see me. And it's
it's like
like,
boom. It's like, oh,
oh, mic drop. She
I
not
know.
scared anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
at least this one has a happy, sort of,
Yeah.
as happy as it can ending.
Yeah. So the
So
two main guys took a plea deal. I'm not, they didn't take a plea
for
deal. They would go to jail for 15 years for all the bad things they did. And
the
then
other
the
guy
other guy who didn't do anything will
took
take
a
a
plea.
plea.
I don't remember what it was for.
They didn't really say. They
Javier,
said Carusi just said he took a plea for
yeah,
something.
Javier is
And
going to art school after he heals to
yeah, he
recover
talks
his.
to Olivia. He comes to Olivia's office to talk to her, and
Yeah, and he goes, well, she goes, maybe you'll be able to turn all this pain into something beautiful as an artist.
then Javier kind of talks about the whatever being whatever he saw the third man. He's like, I want to be able to thank this
The
person,
person, the guy at the bar, anything, whatever it is.
whatever it is. He's like, I want to be able to thank that person.
And
I
Olivia's
think
like, if
Olivia's
you thank him, here,
in here,
a
in
heart,
your heart.
he'll hear you. And it's like, oh.
And that's it.
Um, oh, and there was a part that I forgot to mention of, because earlier when Mateo ran away and they, first, saw cops, so obviously he ran again. He felt so guilty that he left his cousin, but like
Mm-hmm. He made up for it.
he didn't
Or,
know what to do. And when they're like, they finally reunite in the precinct, like, he's
hmm
his cousin in a wheelchair with like a
Yeah,
ivy,
we forgot to mention that
basically.
part.
It's not pretty.
Mhm.
And Javier still gets up and stands to like hug him, and it's emotional, and it's like, ugh. So yes,
Mhm.
I give that. What do we give this? Bingo!
I had to bring Bingo. Bingo was over there, so I did bring it.
Bingo!
I
I
do have
want a bingo.
my friend gave me Bingo for Galentine's, so I have many stuffies in the bed. I have Bingo, and I'm not finished, and I have Twilight Sparkle, and
Stop it.
I have Periwinkle, and I'm
Oh,
not finished it. This is stuffy show and tell. And I have very large Kirby. Then I have then I have Allie. Then that's
yes.
everyone. I
All
think
right,
that's
this is
everyone.
what give me.
I think that's everyone.
This is Blakely Bella.
I think that's everyone. They're all a bit of a
And the
mess
rest
with
of
them.
mine are on the floor. I
Yeah.
have I have Bulbasaur, Flareon, Poplio, a Webkin's cat named Angel, and then Moon.
Yeah. Sorry we randomly interjected with stuffy show and tell.
I got excited because I was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh, bingo!"
You know,
If you're not watching Bluey, do it.
you should. It's
Bingo,
good for your soul. If you are
adorable.
feeling down, you need some cheer in your life. Go watch
If
Bluey.
you need anything else to convince you, it's basically like Berlisi
It literally is them.
and the little kiddos and Jesse and Billy. It really is.
It's very cute. You need to watch this shit.
Okay.
When we ranked the episode, that was
Yeah,
really
that was the end of the Olivia Lime. That was the end of the episode. What do we give this one?
4.5 5. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I get a four and a
I
half.
like I like this one a lot.
All right, what the heck? Oh, next week. No, next time, not next week.
Next time, it's not even next week. It's the week after the 11th, April 11th.
Because it's March Madness season.
Yeah,
And he's,
and Easter.
oh
Lots of
yeah,
things.
celebrate.
Yeah,
Happy Easter to you.
happy Easter to you. If it'll be past Easter when you listen to it, but technically Easter doesn't end until
So we hope you
Pentecost.
had a good one if you
We hope you
celebrate.
had a good Easter, but technically Easter still goes until Pentecost. So therefore, it's still Easter. So happy Easter continue.
And if you're Orthodox like me, yours isn't until
You said it was May.
Mayo. My Easter is Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah,
Or
philosophy.
as my brother is calling it, Cinco de Pascha.
Mhm.
So
Lots
yeah,
of
anyway.
Easter.
Yeah, anyway, the
Um,
next episode is directed by
called
Mariska.
everyone's very excited about this. It's called Children of Wolves.
Children of
And
Wolves. Everyone's very excited. It's been a while since we've had Cecil be architect.
yes, it's very excited about. I forgot the last one she directed. There's one last season she directed. I can't remember which one that. But we are very excited about it. It says a teenager is found conscious in the park leads to a missing investigation. Benson must help Noah come to terms with the past when he questions the origins of his birth.
That's gonna be interesting.
Hold
Like,
on, I'm gonna
why does
watch
it
it real quick
come
to
up?
make sure I didn't miss anything. Let me watch it real quick.
Why does it come up? What does that have to do? Why? What's she gonna say?
Yeah, basically, like these people
We
snatch
had
up.
this conversation before.
Basically, they're gonna try to rescue. It's kind of very almost similar to the, not similar to Maddie's situation, but like, uh, yeah, they kind of these people snatch up this girl and they're looking for her. And they tell them, Olivia tells them, "Mom, we're never gonna stop looking for her." And this is like the last scene of the promo is this shot.
Of Olivia at her hat
It's
in the rain.
when in the
Like,
rain. It's like, bro, it's
oh,
gonna be
powerful,
crazy.
looking angry. Like,
Ooh,
my God.
what did you say? She talks to the kidnapper on the phone. She talks to the kidnapper and she says, "You're an animal," and that's it on April 11th. So it's like, man, it's gonna be good. It's
I see,
crazy.
it's like, so yes.
We just went through kidnapping again. A child being kidnapped.
We're gonna have to do this again.
We just closed it up like two. We just closed it up like 4 episodes ago. Now we gotta open it back.
So, in regards to the Noah thing, it's like,
Up.
how does this come up? Like, they've had conversations about it in the past, but how's this time
Yeah,
come up? What does she
and
say? Also, this is the perfect time for especially after the interview that he did. This is the perfect time for a you know who Barbara name drop.
huh?
This is the perfect time for Barbara mention.
Okay, you're right. You're
This
right. Sorry,
conversation
sorry. My like
that like
the neuron stopped firing in my brain for a second, and I was like, the what?
what?
Brain stopped computing for a second. I was like, what? But I understand what you're saying now. What it
Yeah,
would
like,
be,
you know,
and it's
only
very interesting. I mean, no,
one
it
of the
is.
only actual father figures he freaking has in his life.
Yep. I know it is almost 13, so I feel like this is the time that he would ask and question these things. And probably like, with school, you probably do like a family history project, or I
Yeah,
don't know. Could literally be any of those kind of
they
things.
happen.
Because that would be crazy. Because it's hard to explain to a kid that, your dad was a gang
Your
leader.
father is a
And
horrible
over
person
over a sex trafficking ring, he's now dead.
and burned your
Um,
biological father.
yeah, yeah. Because she
Other
was gonna
thing.
testify against him. Yeah, which yeah. And your grandma, which you
And
already
we
knew
don't
about.
actually know. We don't
Yeah,
know how
your
much
grandma
he
who kind
knows
of
about
went a
his
little
mom's
crazy.
job either. So
Yeah. And his grandma who, tried to kidnap him. Yeah, kind of have a lot.
yeah, like
Kind of a lot.
we don't know how much Noah knows about Olivia's job. Like, does
Yep.
he
Does he
know about?
understand what exactly she does? He understands that she's a cop and like a detective,
Yeah,
but not. I don't know if he knows
like
exactly like what she does.
when we write it, we we
Like to
write
simplify it in simple
we
terms.
we simplify it. We say that Noah has gotten the talk about good touches, bad touches,
Hmm.
that he kind of understands what consent is.
Yeah,
But
stuff that I think young teenagers should not.
he doesn't know the extent of her job,
Yeah,
at least not that we're aware of.
yeah, not that we know of anyway.
All
He
right.
might know. I think
Anything
that's all
else?
we got. That's all we got for this
Cool.
part anyway. So this will be the SVU and the mothership part. The OC
Good.
part we will come back to at some point soon.
Yes.
So
All right. I think that's
this is
it.
it. That's
Thanks for
it. So
listening.
thanks for listening, and we'll see you all next time. To be
Bye.
Literally, my schedule is jam packed, so we'll literally see you all at some point.
Yeah, Terrence graduating, y'all, so everything busy.
Yes, my life is very busy at the moment. I finished my like last. I have 3 weeks of class and then exams, so I'm very, very, very busy. So college
Bye.
whiteboard says bye. So goodbye to all of you. We will see you all at some point. You may get random bonus content. I don't know. We'll find out what happens. I don't know.
All right,
That is
thanks a lot.
all.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Goodbye. 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 I don't know why I need to say it multiple times. Goodbye.
Bye.
We love you all. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Don't forget to select the podcast on YouTube. Don't forget to share with your friends. You should definitely do that. We're almost at 1.7K, so you should probably do that. What else can I tell you to do? Share with your friends. Um, like, share, subscribe. That's what they tell you YouTubers tell you to do. You should do that. Make sure you give us a review on Spotify and Apple or wherever you listen to podcasts. You can do that. There's also a lovely thing called there is a lovely thing in the description where you can, if you feel so generous, you can donate to the podcast. You know, there's a lovely link in the description where you can donate to the podcast. If you all feel so inclined and to support us, you can put it in. It's in the description. Go do
We're
that if you feel so
so
inclined.
grateful.
Yes. Oh, so it would be great if you would do that. Literally, we do this. Currently, we do this literally for free. So you get all
Unfortunately,
of our love. All of our love and support is your get. Our
if
would be mean the world
podcasting
to us.
and writing could be my job, I would
Literally, I would.
happily do so, but
Fortunately, we don't make money
as
off
of
of that.
now, it cannot be.
So, what you can support us and all the things because we love you all, and we're so grateful that people literally all over the world listen to the podcast based on our
Yeah.
statistics. So, wherever are in the world, I hope you have a great day.
Thank you. We
Thank
love
you
you
for listening.
all.
We all love you all.
Bye.
We will see you all next time. Goodbye.